Good morning. What a morning.
We made it to San Blas Island.
So we're in the San Blas. One island for every day. And we're going to do it in 2 weeks.
I am Warren.
And I am Erica. And together,
We are We Sail.
A year ago, we left on a journey of a lifetime, sailing around the world living the gypsy life. We have been living a dream that most wait a lifetime to do. Join us as we travel the world 1 nautical mile at a time.
Ready to go adventure?
Yes!
So we're going up to the tower.
We are. So
Okay.
we can get a view over to the mainland and all around the island. They keep toucans as pets.
Wow!
I think I can do like 2 steps maybe.
Oh, look at them! Bueno.
They can all do it.
This was island number 1 for us, and we looked forward to seeing the local indigenous town, as well as exploring what the rest of the island had to offer.
I can get nowhere near that.
Oh, there you go. Well, I gotta try now.
Remember, Warren, you're 42, not 5. Bend your neck. Come over here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so this is something to do with some particular ceremony where they have to extract the juice from the cane. So they put the cane here,
Aha!
and somebody bounces up and down on the
Squeezes
end,
the juices
and
out.
The juice must just go somewhere.
Into a bucket or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of a sad reality, the world we live in now, the amount of plastics that are washed up on shore. And unfortunately, the people of these little islands are the ones that get affected by it the most because it just washes up on their shores. No more plastic.
Yeah. Stop the use of single-use plastics.
Sadly, it's no fault of these villagers as much as it is everywhere else in the world. Like,
It all washes up here.
oh, you buy a pack of 24 plastic bottles and then you throw it in the trash. Where do you think that's gonna go? Stop buying it.
Unfortunately, the trash didn't get better as we moved up the island chain, but we were not about to let that hinder our experience, and the upside is that the natural beauty of these islands was immediately apparent as we explored more and more of this first island.
Look at that. See, you can see the roots right here.
That is cool.
We soon came across a local who was very happy to sell us some of his bananas and coconuts, and he also gave us quite a surprise.
Do you like that's the whole coconut, and inside is this.
Oh, I don't think they eat young coconuts though, in those.
Yeah, we could. Por $10,
Sí,
¿cuánto coco y cuánto banana?
aquí hay tigre,
Tigre.
animal.
Sí.
Allá.
No. ¿Serio?
Tiger.
¿Ah?
¿En serio?
Sí. Hey, ven. Ven, ven. Ven, ven. Grande, ¿ah? Big, big, big.
¿En serio?
Oh, look at the size of these paw prints.
Jaguar o un tigre?
Allá. Ven allá.
That's unbelievable.
Big tigre.
Sí.
Big tiger.
¿Este es normal?
No, normal.
¿Es rojo?
No, color así, ven.
Crema. This
Ah,
colour. Oh,
yes.
black. Oh, ooh, handsome. Not you. I mean the
No,
colour.
no, the tiger, of course.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. These will last a while, actually.
They will. They're good.
Okay, pues.
Ah, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Señor. Buen día.
Buen día.
So now we're on the look for a jaguar.
Yeah, we gotta keep an eye out. Apparently.
How crazy it would have been to come across one without knowing that they were here. How crazy it would have been to come across one not knowing that they were here. How surprised we would have been.
This would have been my face.
Oh, terror, pure terror.
Okay, here in the jungle, there's a jaguar.
Has anybody got a still camera?
We can get photos from this.
Let's follow the jaguar.
We're the jaguar hunters. I'm gonna get away from the tree.
We're hunting jaguar and something fell behind us.
It's one of the coolest islands we've been to, I think.
Yeah, this is awesome, especially if they have pumas. As you can probably guess, we didn't see any pumas or tigres, but it was certainly a beautiful island, giving us much to look forward to on the next 364 islands. But first up was a beach sunset margarita party get-together thing.
We're gonna have beach margaritas and guacamole.
Sunset.
Sunset! Yay! Sunset beach and margaritas! Yeah. What kind of spot do we got? The best spot? The best spot. Look at this.
This island was stunning, and it gave us a pretty good idea of what we were going to find as we inched our way up the other 365 islands. We've had a really nice time at this anchorage, but today is moving on day. We've been here for 2 days and we're going up just 10 miles to another island and spend a day there. I think we have about 10 islands to hit in the next 10 days, but they're all pretty close. You ready?
I'm ready. That way.
That way, okay. We're holding at 12, 13 now. We're just about on top of his waypoint. I'm gonna head a little bit. Like sailing in Belize, this is an area without developed charting. However, years back, an independent cruiser started sounding this whole area and later compiled his findings into a book of his own that turned out to be an absolute godsend, and it is 100% essential for anyone visiting this archipelago. Well, that was a little hairy, but we got out, and it's less than an ideal day to go sailing, but we got to get moving on. So we got to go. We'll be motoring the whole time.
Wolfhound, this is Evelias. Warren has the drone up so he can have a better visual on these reefs.
And we're looking really good.
We're looking good, and we're just going to go around this reef, off to the starboard, and then towards that sailboat. I can see it.
Yeah, we can head right towards that dugout. There's the two that they show.
Oh my god, that's amazing. The clarity is amazing. Oh, I love the drone. Okay, so we learned while we were in Belize that we could use the drone to help navigate through some coral heads that were not charted. And that's what we're doing right now, more so because we don't have great daylight and we
got one coming up on your starboard. If anything, go a couple degrees to port.
Okay. And we just went 5.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I can see it.
Yep. We're skirting it though. We're like, this trajectory is fine.
Okay, so we'll keep this. But the drone's up in the air kind of looking ahead since the light is not good for us, and the drone can pick up some uncharted reef, which is awesome! And I can see it now. Good job, babe.
Oh yeah, I got another one.
Where?
Sure, let's see, hold on.
I got 22 feet.
Oh, it's, okay, you can turn to starboard now.
Am I going between this reef? Because I see this reef right off the starboard over here. You got to come up here. You're at 20 feet. See, it's right over there.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, so do I go after it? Yeah.
Yeah, go
Okay.
around it.
Okay.
Well, it's day 3 at the San Blas, and they're pretty islands, and luckily they have rain, so we're washing the boat and a lot of the things that just collected a ton of dirt from Cartagena. And the islands are pretty, but they're not well kept. The local tribe is not all that motivated to keep trash out of the water, and that's a shame for sure. It definitely hinders how we feel about the islands, I think, for sure.
I mean, we only know a bit of it, but from what we've seen in these last couple of days being on the islands, the trash is horrendous.
Yeah. And they've been throwing trash into the water.
Yeah,
We've seen.
unfortunately, we witnessed them doing it. I had questioned that. I said, I don't know if it's maybe their fault or if it's just trash run up from the ocean. But yesterday we saw a woman pour a bucket of trash directly in the water with plastic
in
and
it.
stuff.
So we'll see. We have 10 more days here, and we have a bunch of other islands that are less inhabited. So we'll see how the water clarity is, which is not good here, and see if there's less trash. And then we pick up our friends, spend another 4 days in the islands, and then on to Panama Canal. That's ultimately where we're headed to do a crossing in a couple weeks.
That'll be big.
That'll be awesome.
It's gonna be epic.
All right. First time in the dinghy in a while.
Yeah, it's actually been a while. Hop in.
Okay, here I go.
Lock. Ready to start it up.
Hey, girl.
Lock it up and then use the blue line.
What?
Well,
Yes,
okay.
uno de esos. Uno de esos también.
Bien. Okay.
Uno de esos. A comprar allá también lo venden allá.
Okay. Perfecto. Gracias. ¿Y
Gracias.
cuánto?
15.
$15?
Sí, no.
Okay. 15.
15.
Name your boat.
¿Ebolayas? Aquí?
I can't spell it either.
Little tiny island of Estupu is the most popular, or the largest populated island in San Blas. Villagers, I guess. Okay, thank you. Estupu is the largest populated island of the San Blas Islands.
Okay. The local indigenous people, or Guna Yala as they are called, have had their independence from Panama since 1925. And while the land is owned by Panama, the people and the use of the land is quite independent. They are a simple people living a quite peaceful, low-stress lifestyle who make the bulk of their living on coconut sales, fishing, and most popularly with the sewing of molas, colorful hand-sewn fabrics that are made into skirts, shirts, vests, and just about anything else you can think of. Good morning, crew. Good morning, honey.
Good morning.
We are just gearing up real early. It's 6:30. We have our biggest jump yet. It's like 50 miles, so probably 10 hours-ish. We have real low winds, so we should get in there by 4:30. That's as late as we'd want to do it normally, but we have the drone to help, and we should have enough light to get in. That's what we hope. That's why we're leaving so early. It's beautiful, though.
But I'm just trying to sort out
It's 6:30. We gotta go.
our waypoints. Gotta do the safe things first, so I'm checking out our waypoints on the charts to make sure that we don't get any near reef. Here you go.
All right. Thank you.
God, Lord.
Okay, let's go, baby. Real muddy, huh? What's happening, honey?
Well, it is so muddy that it is so thick and heavy that the windlass is having a hard time pulling it out of the mud. Go forward, please.
More? You alright, honey?
Yes, you're just being not super nice this morning. I got muddy, I got yelled at.
I didn't yell at you.
You're just full of demanding things this morning.
I know, like get up
Do
on
this,
time and
do
leave on
that.
time.
Just do what I say.
I did not say that. Got a big old storm coming. We're right on. We should turn in about 5 minutes probably.
We're about to get, bam, some rain. Can you tell?
Right there. Uh-oh. Yeah. It's coming. What's that?
It's a really warm rain.
It's beautiful out, huh?
It's that kind of rain that comes like straight at you, you know?
I know it might look like I always make Erica drive when it's raining, but I was just out there in my rain jacket and she just got up there to take over, so I'm like, all right, I'll take my rain jacket off.
Oh, really?
But
We're sailing, finally. It's been a couple days that we haven't been able to sail because the wind is straight at our nose, and now, woo, we're sailing. How does it feel now?
sailing. Super happy.
Much better.
Much better. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and a special shout out to all our patrons. You guys make this all possible. Join up next week where we sail onward up the island chain, where we end up finding the most amazing uninhabited island anchorages, giving us without a doubt some of the finest snorkeling in the clearest water we have ever seen, with reefs just teeming with life. Cheers!